Hello, welcome to Code Decipher. Today we are going to look into how to find max and the min values from a list without using the built-in max and min methods. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get into it. Let's say we have a list with the values 1, 2, 3, 2 and 5. This is our index 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now imagine our maximum value is at index 0, so our maximum value will be 1. I'm just picking index 0 for this example. You can pick any index you want. The core idea is to compare all of these values against this value. Let's do that. So we will compare our max value of 1 with this value. So 1 is not greater than 1, so we'll leave our max value as is. Now we will go on to our second data point. Since 2 is greater than 1, now we will have to assign our max value as 2. You can also see the changes over here. Now we will compare it with third data point. Since 3 is greater than our previous maximum value, now we have to assign 3 as our maximum value. You can see it over here as well. Now 2 is not greater than 3, so we don't have to assign anything to it, so we'll leave our max value as 3. Now we come to our last data point. Since 5 is greater than 3, which is our previous maximum value, we have to assign 5 as our maximum value. So this is one way to find out the maximum value in a list. Same concept can be applied for the minimum value as well. Imagine you have a list. Now you can again assume that your minimum value is at index 0, so we'll assign 1 as our minimum value. Now we will compare 1 against 1, so it is not less than 1, so we'll keep our minimum value as is. 2 is not less than 1, so we'll still keep our minimum value as 1. 3 is not less than 1, so we'll keep our minimum value as is. Now over here 0 is less than 1, so now we will have to assign our minimum value as 0. On our last data point, 5 is not less than 0, so we'll keep our minimum value as 0. Our minimum value is 0, which is the right answer. Let's look at how we would do this in a coding environment. For this example, I'm going to use C#. You can use this concept with any programming language. This is a standard C# template. Let's say we have a list called numbers and it has values 1, 2, 3, 2 and 5. Now if you want to find the maximum value without using the built-in max function, then we need to create the methods. Let's create a static method called max value, and this method will find the max value of the list and it will return an int type, which will be the max value, and it will take in a list as an input. So this is the list type and that's the parameter name, which will be the list. Now we will say our max value as the value at index 0. For now we will just return this max value. Now we need to loop through each of the numbers in our input list. So if the number in the list is greater than the max value, then we will assign that number as our max value. So this completes our max value method. The same thing applies to our min value. We have created a min value function which will take in a list as its parameter, and it will return an output of int type, which is a min value. Now we will assume the value at index 0 will be our minimum value, so we'll just return this value. Now let's loop through each of the number and compare if it is less than the minimum value. If the number is less than the minimum value, then we will assign this number to the minimum value and simply return the minimum value. Now if we come over here and call our max value method and pass in the numbers list as our parameter, and if we print this to the console and do the same thing for the min value, when we hit start, it will simply print out the max value as 5 and the min value as 1, which is correct. So this is how you would find the max value and the min value in a list without using the built-in max and min methods.